This week, I realized that I I kind of hate Christian social media. Don't get me wrong, obviously Christian influencers, social media personalities, YouTubers, whatever you listen to or fancy, they aren't perfect, obviously. And I'm here on this platform being a Christian YouTuber, anime YouTuber, and I'm not perfect either. I think the controversy that's been happening over the last couple weeks, right, with the Last Supper or the Feast of Dionysus or whatever, or the female boxer that people are accusing of being a transformer, even though she comes from predominantly Muslim country and there's proof that she's actually a female. Christians and Christian content creators hopped on these stories, and as you can imagine, these things did numbers, hopping on an assumed agenda against Christians and women and just all these different things. There's no doubt that there's an agenda in the world. Our flesh, the world, and Satan have an agenda against Christians and God's kingdom. There's no doubts about it, right? But I don't think that gives us a pass to be lazy in our research about things or just going off of hearsay and what we assume about a certain topic and just coming on here internet and just saying whatever. I think what has annoyed me about this is that some of my favorite content creators made videos that seem to just make this much worse, and without doing proper research or just assuming a hidden agenda to add to the Christian outrage machine, we're now here where we're at today. And I found myself on the other side of the screen just feeling crazy because I thought that some of these creators that I looked up to that kind of inspired anime relatable in some way, I feel like would have kind of been better in their approach, which they usually are when it comes to these topics. But for my opinion, I don't think that was the case. I could be wrong, and that's okay, but I think I got my hopes too high thinking that some of these creators that I admire would handle the situation better instead of adding to the fear and anger. Now I think with some of these creators and them adding to the conversation that's happening, right, I think they added some good biblical wisdom. This isn't a video to say that they're right or wrong or anything, or to even call out a particular creator. I don't even know these people. I'm still going to be listening to them and rocking out to their videos because I do like their content and I think they offer great wisdom in this Christian social media sphere. But I think I'm making this video because I'm admitting to myself that even my heroes will disappoint me. And to be honest, all of ours will. Whether it's a pastor, whether it's a Christian leader, whether it's someone influential in the Christian social media world or whatever, these people will disappoint you. And it may not be for anything crazy. It just may be because you have a difference of opinion and you wish they would have handled it a different way. And that's okay. I don't think we're made to all think the same, right? I think the essentials of the faith we all should be definitely agreeing to, for sure. Being a part of the Christian content sphere. Also, you may come across this channel and you're like, cool, a Christian who likes anime. But believe me, at some point, guaranteed, I'm going to disappoint you because I'm flawed. But I think the beauty in being disappointed with your heroes or people you admire or people that motivate you is that it makes you realize a few things. One, that these people aren't Jesus. It shows how much more that you and I need a perfect savior. Because if my hope was constantly put in people who are flawed, who sometimes get it wrong, then I'd be constantly jumping from one flawed being to the next in hopes that they would get everything right, in my opinion. When in reality, the only perfect ones who get everything right, who live a perfect life, went to the cross on my behalf to be in relationship with God. As much as I enjoy my favorite YouTuber, they wouldn't go to the cross for me. YouTubers, influencers, Christian, whatever they may be, aren't perfect. Two, it shows how we really need church community. We really need brothers and sisters who in our real life can model Jesus for us, who we can come to for different things that we're struggling with. But because although brothers and sisters on the internet can be well-meaning, we don't actually know these people. I had to hit up my boy and I just asked him, like, hey, am I crazy for thinking this way about the outrage and craziness with the Olympics? And in that conversation, it gave me proximity to people who actually know me, and they want to speak life into me about how I was feeling, whether they agree with me or not. And 3, I think we need to realize that God will hold us accountable for every single word we say, whether that's in our personal lives or the social media platforms. How we as a body reacted to this Olympic situation was really, really ugly. And I get it. You were upset about the ceremony, or you were upset about that Italian woman getting hit mad hard by a woman stronger than her. But that doesn't give us an excuse to say nasty and hurtful things in the name of God, because these people are still made in the image of God, whether that you agree with them or not. Like, we do not get a pass just because we're Christians to say whatever we want and mask it in the name of righteousness and going about extending God's kingdom. How we extend God's kingdom isn't by saying mean things and nasty things on the internet, or not properly doing our research on a certain topic. It's by the Great Commission. It's by making disciples. It's by going out and actually telling people about Jesus, going out and telling people that you disagree with about the good news of the gospel and how they can be restored back to a holy God. Like, what are we doing? But at the end of the day, we know YouTube is a game and everybody's trying to play it because the algorithm sucks sometimes, and I think that's fine. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Do what you got to do. But at the end of the day, whether it's me or another YouTuber, please place your hope in Jesus and set realistic expectations for these Christian influencers, because they aren't your pastor. They aren't your church body. They aren't your local leader. At most, we're an entertainment platform that contributes to outraged corn. Whether that's your average Christian YouTuber or your crazy discernment ministry stuff. We're coming alongside what you actually be submitted to. What you actually should be submitted to. The local body. Your thoughts below. Let me know what you think, and I will catch you in the next video.